All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules of the dressing room. Y'all need like Camerino. I expect a good, clean fight. No rough tactics. These trunks here are a little high. These trunks are un poco alto, they're a little high also. Punches here are still good. Give me a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch them up. Okay.
Barrero believes that a victory would make him a hero in Mexico. The Prince believes that a victory will earn him recognition as a great fighter as well as a great showman. The stakes couldn't be higher.
And a quick word about the tactical face-off. Prince Naseer is a southpaw who usually dispenses with the jab relatively early, squares his shoulders, and throws power punches. Marko Barrero is a conventional fighter, but by far his biggest weapon is the left hook, especially to the body.
Boy, they've got one of the most straight-laced referees in the business. Joe Cortez. It's not going to take a lot of foolishness, so be careful of the disqualification. Barrero's got to make certain that he stays solid in every round with a good body shot. Get this guy off of his feet, moving away from you. And the Prince has got to come out of his trick bag and make Barrero try to be a showman as well.
Barrero boxing, not just waiting in. Gets to the body, wobbles nails with a left hook upstairs.
The one thing you don't want to get into is a slugging match with the Prince.
It all looks so good at the start. He looks off balance. You hit him with your jab. It shows an effect. You begin to feel like, I can do this easily. That's what Kevin Kelly thought.
Ahmed was momentarily dazed, I thought. Conned his way out of it. Took some good shots. He's back on his feet.
But he allowed Barrero to taste his power just a little bit.
Not looking in.
Big left hand by Barrero.
He is boxing and picking his spots.
It's a very interesting choice of fight plans by Barrero, and he's making it work very effectively in round one. He's landed 2 big left hooks upstairs and a couple of shots to the body. Naz hasn't done any real damage.
And that left hook that Barrero landed was a hurting left hook. Those are the kinds that make you stop and wonder what in the world you're in the ring with, or who.
Round one is all Barrero as Prince Naseer takes several power shots from the Mexican star.
He's catching the motion with the with his left hook. Yeah, see what you're doing? He's keeping your hands up.
I got him.
In Barrero's corner, our interpreter is Ray Torres.
Good work, Marcos. Barrero fighting an intelligent, measured fighter against an awkward fighter. Briefly dazed him early in the round, later came on to land those hard jabs.
George, in round one, The Barrero crowd was going wild every time he connected with Naz because Naz's head swivels around as though on a pedestal of some sort. Is it solely because Naz's balance is so bad that he looks to be affected by every power punch?
Absolutely. He's always off balance. That's why you can catch him with the looping shots.
A warning because Naz threw a backhand.
Joe Cortez is quicker than any referee to stop Prince Naseer from backhanding with his jab.
And the Prince has got a little whelp under the eye there. That may be a changing factor when the corner goes into the corner. It may not be able to give advice. You got to work on his eye.
Excellent right hand body shot by Barrero. And you can see the mouse under Naz's right eye as George pointed it out.
Now he's got Barrero clowning a little bit. That's what you want. That's what you want if you were the master at that kind of thing. Get the guy stepping into new waters.
English crowd chanting Nazi, Nazi, Nazi.
And that's the thing about being in the dressing room so long with all of that playing around. Someone is going to come out very cold, and it was the Prince this time.
Notice that Barrero, when they're in close, has his head, keeps his hands very high, very aware of Hamed's punching power.
Barrero's got to make certain when he throws his shots that he's at home. Don't go lunging out there.
Shades of the Cesar Soto bout in Detroit as Barrero is either pulled down by Hamed or pushes him down. Mark Ratner comes up onto the ring apron.
What happened there was Hamed lunged at him into the clinch and tried to throw him off balance, and Barrero responded.
I don't want any rough tactics. No quiero pelear sucia, ¿entiendes? No quiero descualificar a nadie. I don't want to disqualify anyone, you understand? All right, time in.
Prince Naseer beginning to become more active. George Foreman referred earlier in the round to the long delay that preceded the fighter entrances here. A delay of an hour as Prince Naseer Hamed had his glove wrapped, rewrapped, and put on 2 or 3 times before finally coming into the ring. Hard left hand by Prince Naseer, countering Barrero inside.
The Prince is the aggressor.
Right hand and a left by Barrero, rocking Naz back.
I didn't expect to see the Prince being the aggressor this early.
And Barrero countering him. Round 2 mostly marked by the wrestling incident as both fighters wound up on the canvas together.
Perfect. Now you got him fighting your type of fight. That's what you want now. You got him cut all this. That's what you want. But keep backing him up. You're getting him confused. Keep backing him up, and the key shot when he saw that weak jab like that, bam, right through the sun. Okay. Let him start.
Marko, the jab. That's your key. You got it, Kim. You're more intelligent than him. Much more intelligent than him. Then lift up your head and keep working. You're doing great.
Quiero una pelea limpia, ¿ok? No quiero pelea sucia, ¿entiendes? All right.
A review of the wrestling incident. There you see on off balance, Hamed jumps into Barrero. Barrero holds him by the waist. They dance around and fall to the canvas.
And I think Barrero's big complaint was that Naz wrapped his arm around the back of his neck.
I think the big complaint is that he made him wait a long time in that dressing room. He's unsteady about it. He doesn't like it.
Round 2 was fought at a slow pace. 35 punches thrown by Hamed, 31 by Barrero. That is the kind of pace at which Prince Naseer wants to fight. That's why Emmanuel Stewart said perfect when he came back to the corner.
Barrero is allowing Hamed to create and make the fight. He's not initiating anything. Just sits and wait to counter. That could be good, could be very bad.
Is it out of respect for Naseem's power that Barrero is fighting the way he is?
I think, Jim, it's because they feel that Naseem is more effective as a counterpuncher rather than taking the lead. And they're testing him in this way.
No, he's hesitant because he's reluctant. That's what he's being. If you're a good fighter like Barrero, you want to stay in there, keep the action going, and take advantage of it.
All right, bring out.
Blood on the nose of Marko Antonio Barrera, apparently from one of those left-hand shots by Naseem.
Naseem keeps his eyes up, his hands down, his neck is straight into the air. Why doesn't the guy charge him? He's reluctant. You must take advantage of all of these openings created by your opponent.
So while Barrera, in the weeks leading up to the fight, insisted that he had no particular respect for Naseem's power, he's fighting as though he does.
When a guy stands in front of you with his hands down and his neck up, why? What are you waiting on?
Hamed smiling at Barrera. Barrera continuing to fight at a pace which favors Prince Naseem, or at least seems to.
When the Prince gets into a good rhythm, he throws 2 rights and then a left. 2 lefts and then a right. He hasn't found his rhythm yet.
Barrera lands a jab. Prince Naseem grins. Barrera lands a right hand. Prince Naseem grins bigger.
It's like a snake charmer, that Prince. Stands in front of a good puncher like that, takes a lot of nerves.
Well, he's got enormous reflexes, and he's getting hit here, perhaps more frequently than he expected.
Bring out.
Prince Naseem stepping into a straight left hand, glancing blow. The blood is flowing from both nostrils of Barrera.
So far, Barrera has neutralized the punching power of the Prince.
I got him under control.
You stayed in the on the ropes and he hit you. Wait, hold on. Let me work on this.
Next round.
That's it.
Next round.
Okay. And keep roughing him up. You know, when you finish up, get your punches, move his body when you finish up. You understand? Be a little more physical with it. You understand? If you throw a shot and you block it, push it with it. You understand? Start physically breaking him down now.
Big one.
In close, a right hand, then followed by a left to the nose by the Prince, is probably what drew blood from Barrera.
And that punch was probably good enough to win the round from Hamed, as the two fighters combined to land only 21 punches, 13 by the Prince, only 8 by Barrera. You heard Barrera's corner asking for more activity. They said, you stood still and he hit you. Don't do that. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim, I got it 2 rounds to 129-28. Prince Naseem Hamed. He was just a busier guy in rounds 2 and 3. I don't think Marko threw enough punches. Jim, what Marko Antonio Barrera is doing in this fight is this. He's moving to the left to stay outside of the Prince's lead foot. The Prince is a southpaw. By going to the left, you make him reach with his left hand, which is his power punch. So Barrera's theory in this fight is to move to the left, stay away from that left hand.
Big left hand by Barrera inside. Stuns Prince Naseem. Naz smiling, but there's no question he was hurt by that left.
I have it 2 rounds to 1 for Barrera.
The Prince is going to get hit a lot because he falls asleep all the time, playing around.
He gets hit because he's off balance, George. And a composed, balanced fighter like Barrera is
not
going to
off
hit him.
balance, Larry. You just can't measure this guy's movement with your orthodox boxer. He's only off balance when he's doing something that the orthodox boxer is doing. He hasn't got in one position yet. Ooh.
He gets hit because Barrera is an excellent boxer who steps inside and asserts himself as he did right there.
That's for sure.
Nice jab and a straight punch to the body by the Prince, who seems fully recovered from those earlier blows.
When the Prince seems like he has this guy under control, he falls asleep, doesn't pay any attention to what he's doing, and he pays because the guy Barrero is a puncher.
No, George, because the guy Barrero is a terrific fighter, and you can't relax against a fighter like him. You might get away with it against lesser fighters.
Now you see the Prince watching him, steps back like a cat. He recovers real good.
Barrero ringing the right hand shot to the body.
Break out clean.
That right hand was the best shot for the Prince. Good right hand.
He seems to be throwing one punch at a time, George.
Oh, no doubt about it. That's what happens when you're a puncher. You don't believe in your combination because you think you can take a guy out with one shot.
Shooting the straight left down the middle. That's what Prince Naseer wants to do. Barrero goes to the body.
Every round, Barrero should send him to the corner hurt with a good body shot.
In round 4, Marko Antonio Barrero landed the more telling blow.
We are definitely behind on points. We are behind on points. It's 3 rounds to 1. That's the score. Don't forget here. See, when you're getting hit, it may not be that much, but your head is up, so it looks bad to the crowd. And he's catching you with one punch. The left hook. Every time you come in, he's catching you with the left hook. You're coming in from here, and you're getting caught.
Nice and controlled. You got it. Just, you know, move around. You're doing well, and you're winning, Marcus. You need to move, throw more jabs, but you're winning.
Very composed, Barrero.
That was a headbutt there, you see.
Right hand inside. But the most important thing so far is he has stayed away from the Prince's power.
In fact, he's been so scrupulous about staying away from the Prince's power that he doesn't follow up when he lands a good shot. In the last round, Barrero twice landed good shots, didn't step in to try to follow up with anything. Hunt and peck were both fighters ever since round 1. In the last round, Barrero landed 9 power punches to only 4 for Prince Naseer, and a couple of them were good hard shots.
That was a good left to the side of the head by the Prince that time. This Prince hits so hard and he believes in his power. Barrero is staying real basically in position to counter with any combination.
We've covered Prince Naseer with glory for his punching power, and justifiably so off his record. But if any fighter's been wobbled here, it isn't Barrero, it's Naz.
Too much wobbling for the Naz tonight. And Barrero is starting to connect with a left jab.
Naz with a quick combination there.
Well, you don't want to pick on a rough guy like that in the rough tactics. He can get rougher than you. I think the Prince will find that out with Barrero.
Marko Antonio Barrero focusing his eyes on the middle of Prince Naseer's chest and occasionally throwing straight right hands to the body.
Now it has become a chess game. The Prince knows that his left hand, his big left hand, has been unsuccessful so far, and they're both looking to find the right way to approach each other, standing in the middle of the ring.
Barrero's left jab has been the best thing he's had tonight. Whenever he throws his left jab, it turns the fight around.
He's able to pop Naz with it. Here you see the difficulty of trying to get to Prince Naseer's body, although Barrero gets a right hand in there. For the most part, Barrero has been feinting toward the body because as you start forward, Naz is gone. Big left hand by Prince Naseer.
You know, he was right in the pocket that time. He didn't jump away as Barrero thought he would. He just stepped in with that left cross. That's what it was.
Yep. Well done, George.
This guy has just got the reflexes of a cobra.
Of a crouching tiger.
Something like that.
Of a hidden dragon.
You know something? Why you have to give this guy those rounds? What? You're not supposed to win his round. Listen, listen. You let it.
Way behind on points. If this fight goes the way it's going right now, you lose your championship. You know, he's going to have to fight. You know what I'm saying? Every time you get hit with a little light punch, your head is up, and therefore it looks much worse than it is. You understand?
Marko, your jab, you can control him with the jab. Feint him and use the jab to keep him at bay.
Hamed may have won this round. Short left hand. Didn't get his full extension, shoulders and hips into it.
Let's go.
Well, as Larry said, it has become a chess match. Generally speaking, featherweights average throwing about 60 punches per round. Your average run-of-the-mill club featherweight might throw 60 punches in a round. In this fight, by CompuBox numbers, Prince Naseer Hamed is averaging 30 punches per round, and Barrero 39. So they're throwing about half the average number of punches for featherweights.
And Barrero is doing the boxing this time. A good job of boxing.
Well, you've heard Emmanuel Stewart's opinion, as he has now told Prince Naseer in 2 consecutive between rounds periods, you're losing the fight, you're falling way behind. If this keeps going this way, you've lost your championship.
Not only so, he made him tuck his head just a little bit by telling him it looks more like he's doing more damage to you, rather than saying, there you are.
But there it is.
Your head is too straight up.
The head was up, Barrero landed a right. As his chin flung out to the side, that means points. Hamed going to a conventional stance, trying to set up a right hand, or maybe wanting to step forward with the left.
Barrero goes to the body real good with a left jab. Hamed is best keeping the southpaw position to stay away from that jab.
As Hamed went into the conventional stance, Barrero got up on his toes, ready to throw more jabs.
Barrero kept saying for weeks he was going to attack. You wonder whether the Prince has been thrown off.
Huge left hand by Barrero there. Well, certainly those of us at ringside have been flummoxed because Barrero was convincing about the notion that he would go forward and make it a war, and he's done anything but.
He's done a good job of actually boxing tonight. He lands the better jabs, straight right hands, he lands the better.
He has confounded the experts, and right now he's confounding Prince Naseer.
Wake that backhand punch. Let's go.
And as the rounds go by, if Barrero continues to pile up points, you might have the specter of Prince Naseer having to go try to hunt him down in the late rounds.
He's already trying that. You don't follow a puncher around trying to get a knockout. You let the puncher come to you.
Let's go.
That was lovely. While they were in close in a clinch, Hamed threw a little bit of left hand at him, and Barrero came right back at him. That's why he is Barrero.
Lennox Lewis watching his English mate, Prince Naseer Hamed, the chess-playing heavyweight champion, perhaps critiquing the chess match for those sitting near him.
Let's let your power shots go. So your volume of punches is down too much. You're waiting, you're getting them in position. You get that, you let him jab and you slip it right here, but you won't do this and come back with the left. Let the big shots go. Don't worry about boxing. Let your big shots go. You punch too hard.
Marko, a little more pressure. Make sure you throw that left hook to the liver. That's going to be a good punch for you. You got to put some pressure. Be first.
Now, that little by-play on the clinch will tell you that Hamed has found out he's in with a true professional. Hamed, ever dangerous, however. If there's one fighter here who figures to be able to end the fight or begin to end it with a punch, it is still Hamed. But you cannot depend on one hand, one punch, with a skilled fighter like Barrero.
Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, Jim, I got it going back and forth. 57, 3 rounds apiece. When Marko Barrero opens up, he does real well. The rounds he loses, he just doesn't throw enough punches. He really should move his hands more, Jim. Those 3 rounds I got him losing, but just because of inactivity.
All right.
I have him ahead 4 rounds to 2.
I started to say, even though Barrera's corner believes they're ahead in the fight, and Emanuel Stewart tells Prince Naseem that he's behind in the fight, Harold Letterman has it even. In round 6 by CompuBox numbers, Hamed was only 8 of 28. Barrera 16 of 51, picking up the pace.
That's what you do. A guy expects you to attack him and you box him. And then when he's depend on your boxing him, you start fighting. That's what Barrero is doing. He's pacing himself.
Barrero with a right to the belly and a left upstairs. Naz grins at him. Barrero says, come on. Come on.
All right, break. Break out. Break.
That's what you want a solid fighter like Barrero doing. Clowning with a clown.
Big right hand to the body again by Barrero. No nonsense now. Emanuel Stewart said to Prince Naseem, let your big shots go. Manny knows that throwing 30 punches around isn't likely to get it done. Naz beginning to jab more frequently.
Those shots on top is not going to do it with Barrero. He's going to have to climb it, bring it down. Close to the chin.
Hamed refused to concede before the fight that Barrero was the best fighter he was ever in with. I wonder what he's thinking now.
Hamed picking up the pace with his jab, throwing it more frequently, landing it more often. That was a slap by Barrero. Hard shot with the left. Barrero on move.
Boy, he's throwing these sledgehammers type shots. They haven't been able to get square in the middle yet, but he's starting to pick up the power.
I think I saw blood from the prince's nose. The royal nose with some royal blood.
Couple of left jabs onto the royal chin. Interesting rounds. Alicia Hamed, wife of the prince, looking urgent and not entirely confident as she sits at ringside and roots for his Nasness.
Come on, take a deep breath. Okay, I want you focused now, okay, pa? 1-2-1, right?
Good round for Barrero, according to CompuBox numbers.
We need to throw the left hand, right? You're holding too much on it, right, pa? Dame la poquita. You're holding too much with it, all right? We have to let it go. Okay. All right, pa? We're going to fight from your shoulders now, okay? Yeah.
Marko, you got to keep repeating that jab. That jab is what's going to do it for you.
El jab.
The jab. That's what you need. The jab, the jab, the jab. Don't stop throwing it.
This is the jab, jab, double jab. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
No, particularly not when Naz's chin and head are bouncing around to make these punches look even more effective than they are. Through round 7, it appears, at least our eyes, that Marko Antonio Barrero has fought an effective tactical fight, limiting Prince Naseem's chances to get off with big shots and landing enough of his own to appear to take a lead on the scorecards. Harold Letterman still has them only a point apart.
I think the Prince corner didn't see that Prince was moving on and starting to take charge of the fight a little bit. They may have misinformed him that round. Now for the first time, you see the Prince getting closer and closer to the ropes with his back himself. Early on, he had Barrero moving.
Barrero following his corner's instructions perfectly. Jab, 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 jab.
Left hand partially blocked.
Whoa!
One landed solidly. And a right to the body by Prince Naseer. Barrero came back low.
I didn't think that punch was low.
Cortez did.
Which is the only thing that counts.
My point.
Thing about Prince, when he doesn't have anything else, he's got power.
And he lands another left hand upstairs. Barrero suddenly dispensing with the jab. Naz stalking and trying to land that left cross.
Counter punch, counter punch. You just got to finish up Prince. When Prince throws one shot, it doesn't even matter if he comes back with another. He's got to finish up with his right hand. He throws a two-punch combination, he can get a knockdown.
But he's off balance, George. Not with his feet always, but with his body, the way he bends his body. It's effective against most fighters, against all fighters, until Barrero. But Barrero is so balanced, so on top of him.
Well, it's like a snake and a mongoose. One's off balance. If he's doing what the mongoose doing, he's off balance. This guy's watching everything going on to Prince. He just got hit that time because he didn't come back with his left hand. You gotta finish up. 1, 2, 3, and he's in business.
One, two, three, 4 more rounds, and the Prince will be out of business if he doesn't change the course of this fight.
He's not going to win throwing 25 punches in a round.
You're getting in front of him and stopping and letting him get out first. And every time you let him throw that punch, business out here, you slip, shoot the left hand if you can. Go to him and make him punch. And once he punches, let the left.
Best punch of the round right here. Barrero goes under a left, comes over with his right.
Gotta finish up.
Overall CompuBox numbers through 8 rounds, and it goes without saying that CompuBox punch stats are not the be-all and end-all, but they do provide a numerical blueprint. Prince Naseer Hamed, 83 out of 246. Marko Antonio Barrera, 125 out of 333. Barrera throwing significantly more, landing significantly more. Barrera has 62 to 36 edge in power connects. Round 9 begins.
The first round, the Prince is trying to keep his right foot on the outside of Barrero for a change. He hasn't been worried about that early on. You see the Prince just will not finish up with a shot. 1, 2, 3, and he's in business.
George, it appears that every time the Prince has a new tactic to try, Barrera has an answer for it.
He never tries throwing one combination, the Prince does. He comes back, he can do it. He's got to come back with some kind of punch. You see, one shot out.
Wait, bring out.
Now the Prince has got himself in a position where he has to look for a knockout, which is when you can get knocked out.
All right, bring out.
Still didn't come back with another. Now the Prince has got his rhythm going just a little bit.
Blood trickling from the right nostril of Barrero.
The corner's been doing a good job with Barrero keeping the bleeding down. They stop it instantly.
Very professional. Left hook to the body by Marko Antonio Barrero.
All right, break out, break out. Break out, break out.
Ahmed is not doing a lot of left hands.
Barrero is looking at the floor, trying to distract Barrero. Fat chance.
Left hook upstairs by Barrero. As if to say, I'm not fooled by your antics.
Hit him out, hit him out. Hit him out clean.
Barrero is one tough cookie.
Doggone right. Big left hook by Barrero. Naz making faces at Barrero, but faces don't get you points on the scorecard. And that was another round won by Marko Antonio Barrero, in my personal estimation.
I know we're going to take him out right now, but listen, Pai, not with one single shot, right, Pai? We're going to concentrate more on his body, okay? We have to work that body. He's on his way down, and you know it. You already saw it, right?
How we doing here?
Right. We're doing good, but watch those low blows, okay, Joe?
We got 3 rounds to go. You're going to have to punch. Every punch have knockout on it. You understand? All you got to do is land one shot, man. You may miss 3, 4, but if you land the 5th shot, you still can knock this man. You got to go for the knockout. Put everything you...
One problem with Ahmed, he throws that big left hand. When he misses, he is off balance, off the floor. He is in against a complete, experienced, yet still in his prime professional fighter from a culture of professional fighters.
Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, 6-3, 87, 84, Marko Antonio Barrero. Jim, I think he's won the last 4 rounds because he's opened up, thrown power shots, hurt the Prince, landed the real telling shots. The Prince is not throwing that left hand at all. You haven't seen a real hard left hand for the Prince, at least in the last 4 or 5 rounds. So Marko Antonio Barrero really winning this fight the last 4 rounds.
He's thrown the left hand, but he hasn't thrown anything with it. He's missed it. He's depending on one punch too much, George.
Well, his corner for the first time told him to put together 5 shots. And I believe him. If he can put together a combination as he just did, things can change. But he's going for 1 shot.
He can't. Barrero is countering him too well. He will
That's
not
the way you
put
beat
together
a counter
5
puncher
shots.
by throwing combinations. That's the way you stop the counter. Throw combinations.
He's not a combination puncher, George.
He's a 1 punch at a time slugger who's getting hit too frequently to get it done here. There's a big left hand. Barrero covering up.
Barrero's playing possum.
There's a hard right hand by Naseer. And Barrero comes back with 2 left hand shots of his own. We could have fireworks down the stretch if Prince Naseer feels the urgency of this situation. Can you believe the odds on this fight were 3.5 to 1? Can you believe 28 out of 30 writers picked Ahmed? Where is the respect for Marko Antonio Barrero?
Well, I bet it's there right now. I don't know how you could dismiss a fighter of Barrero's class that easily.
I'm sure he was wondering the same thing.
Barrero's doing a good job. He stays on balance. Doesn't lunge out now. He's making the Prince reach in. waiting for a counter punch. The Prince still going for 1 point at a time, 1 shot at a time.
The combinations have been thrown by Barrero. 10 rounds in the books. A very nervous Alicia Hamed, mother of 2.
That was your round.
Go on right ahead.
Okay? You take it to him when you're going. That was your round. Okay? You got 2 rounds. 2 rounds to knock him out. Okay? 2 rounds, 6 minutes. Keep punching down. Cooking the way you're going. Power punching. And you're walking it down now. You understand? Everything for power.
Don't throw in just 1 punch. Throw a combination. Be quick about it. Throw more punches. And if the last one, make sure that it goes in with some force. Make sure you want to hit him hard in the inside. Don't let him think. Don't let him relax.
Seconds out. Seconds out. Let's clear the corner.
6 minutes left for Prince Naseer Hamed to try to rescue his unbeaten record and his superstar status. 6 minutes left for Marko Antonio Barrero to try to rise to the top of the featherweight heap. Hard right hand by Barrero.
All right, break out, clean. Break out. Leave go.
Not to win this fight. I feel he's way behind, and even punches.
Break clean, limpio. Let's go. Let me clean out, guys. Limpio.
Larry Merchant is in Prince Naseem's corner with Emmanuel Stewart. Larry, what's up?
Emmanuel, do you believe that the Prince needs a knockout to win this fight?
Beyond a doubt, I definitely believe he needs a knockout, and I have told him as such. But see, I don't think he's ever been hurt in a fight, but when he gets hit, his head is up so to the point that it looks so bad to the crowd. I definitely feel that he's about.
But is this the Barrero that you were concerned about, who you saw in his last fight and said this is a different fighter?
Yes, it is. A very determined fighter. And after you punch, he counter punches. Immediately he comes right back with punches after you finish. And he seems to be very focused and very well trained for Naz. Naz has got to try to land a big knockout punch, even at the risk of possibly being knocked out himself.
Thank you.
And in round 11, despite the scenario that Emmanuel Stewart just quoted to you, it is Marko Antonio Barrero who has been the aggressor.
He's not the aggressor. The Prince is bringing the fight to him. He's just landing more shots.
Well, he's getting the chances to get off, I guess is what I mean here, George.
But he's not the aggressor by any means.
No, I hear what you're saying. He's taking advantage of Naz's aggression to turn it against him.
And Naz will not come back with any shot.
Huge right hand by Barrero.
All right, break out, clean, break out. Let him out.
After Prince Naseer had the edge in power shots in round 10, Marko Antonio Barrero has landed several big shots in this round. And the English crowd is seated and quiet.
The improvisational style that the Prince has developed since he was a boy is being exposed by a well-schooled boxer, puncher, brawler.
The Prince always seemed to think there is a chance to get a knockout.
Well, there is, George. There is. But not when he's running like that. Not when your fight plan becomes a flight plan.
Short left hand inside by Hamed landed. Barrero wrestles the Prince into the ropes. They're 3 minutes away from the conclusion.
Last and final round, touch him up.
Just in case you want to know officially.
Let's get some water. You gotta keep boxing. Just the same way you've been doing it. This is the last round, and all you gotta do is box them.
You can't back up. You got to bend down and go to him with short punches.
From Marko Antonio Barrero. He landed 32 out of 59 punches to 10 of only 24 for Prince Naseer. Harold Letterman, how do you have it going to the 12th?
Hey, Jim, 106, 103, 7 rounds to 4, Marko Antonio Barrero. Jim, I got to tell you, he may have lost the 10th round with Barrero, but boy, he had a huge 11th round. So in the last 6 rounds, Marko's won 5 with him. And I'll tell you, I think the secret is he stayed away from Prince's big power and he landed the better shots.
Look at the right hand by Barrero. He wants to close the show with authority.
His corner told him to just box, and he's not taking that advice. He's going for it.
He's been on the wrong side of at least one decision here in Las Vegas. He doesn't want it to happen again. A reckless Prince Naseer goes charging right past Barrero.
That looked like one of his entrances flying through the sky.
If you close strong in a fight, all things can happen. So the fight is not over for the Prince. You just got to close strong.
Hold it. Okay, let's go. Round limpio. Clean round, guys.
Prince is trying to figure out how can he get in one big left hand.
He's been trying to figure that out all night.
I think Barrero has already shown with his chin, one left hand won't do it.
That's truth. Too much chin.
Barrero pounds Naseer into the ring post, risking disqualification. Furious at Naz's antics.
Time out. 1 point. 1 point.
And a point deduction from Barrero.
1 point. Let's go.
Unusual for a veteran fighter to have put
wants to
himself in
touch
that
gloves.
position.
Barrero didn't want to touch any gloves. Barrero wants to hit. Big left hook by Barrero. Scintillating round for the Mexican star.
And he seems to be the stronger at that weight.
Absolutely. Stronger and better. Can there be any doubt? Tremendous celebration in Barrero's corner. And Prince Naseer is wandering around aimlessly in his own. Round 12 was all Barrero. By CompuBox numbers, he landed 33 out of 66. Ahmed only 7 of 20. Harold, how'd you score it?
Okay, Jim, when you lose a point and you win the round, it becomes a 9-9 round. So 115, 112, 7-4, 1 even. Marko Antonio Barrero, he won that 12th round big. Cortez took away a point. In the last 7 rounds, he certainly won 6 of them. Marko Antonio Barrero down the stretch, just landed the cleaner, harder shots, no doubt about it.
Let's take it up to Michael Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand, we go to the scorecards. Dwayne Ford scores it 115 to 112. Shulk Jampa has it 116 to 111. And Patricia Jorman Manning scores it 115 to 112, all for the winner by unanimous decision, Marko Antonio